Hello, guys. We are in a very special week that we have really a possibility to elevate. This is the name of the chapter of this week. The energy of this week is called Beha'alotcha, as you will be elevated. What does it mean to be elevated, and for what reason we want to be elevated, and how can we do that? So we need to understand something. Living in this world and with everything that is happening that becomes more and more hectic all around us, if it is on personal level, if it is on a global level, the situation is in the world, yes, is very convincing to see that there is, it's not so nice everywhere. Here and there, I have some nice things, right? But in general, we are like handling big things. And this reality of the good things that are happening, the bad things that are happening, one day I get a new a good announcement, another day I get a bad announcement, and I react according to what is happening. And even if I say that I'm spiritual and I realize that something is bad happening, and I would read a Zohar, or I would use the letters, or I would do something, even that, it's also a reaction to what is happening around us. So yes, we have this world of physicality that is very strong, but you can consider it like the show. Yes, you have Broadway show, but it's the world show. And it's a big one, and very convincing one, and very strong one. Yes. All the details are so precise that we have the tendency, normally, to believe in what's happening. And here Kabbalists are telling us, guys, this whole thing that you see around you, it's an illusion. What illusion? What I'm going through? I feel the pain, of course. But this reality, it's a setup reality for my process. This is not the real reality. There is something behind all of this, that there is harmony. Behind all of this scene, there is connection, there is beauty. Imagine, think about it. Even when a person comes to this world, goes through pains, right? We work all very hard and to gain beautiful results. So at the end of the day, something good comes out of difficulty. So how come? Why won't it just be beautiful? But that's for another story. Today, we want to understand clearly in our mind, we have those two realities. The one that is a big setup of lies that show us as if it was so true that I can believe in it. Rav Berg would always say, the biggest trick of Satan is death. You see, people are dying. You see, people are in the hospital. What are you talking about? Elevation and beautiful and the light. Yes. This, what we see with our five senses and logic, it's a complete, limited reality. A very low, let's say, perception of life. There is another one. Yes, before I get to the other one, this one, the reality, yes, what we call reality, makes people believe in what they see. But how many times we were wrong in what we see? We were worried when things came up after a month or two to be okay. We were scared of something that was not even there. We closed ourselves from what people think about me when people actually loved me. How many times we fall into the perception of this limited reality, low concept of life. So you can think to yourself all those times that you misjudged someone, or you didn't allow yourself to do more because, no, I don't think that the surrounding will allow this. How many, maybe like you didn't buy your house, your dream house, because you thought just this little thing doesn't function. And at the end, this thing functioned very well and you could live there. How many times we are wrong in this story? Because we think there's only one dimension, flat dimension. Yes, once upon a time, they were thinking that the earth is flat, and maybe some are still thinking. But yeah, but there's another dimension to this whole thing. And that's the other aspect we're talking about. The aspect of infinite energy. That reality of the spiritual reality, that everything is connected. So you can think to yourself all those times that you felt the interference of the light. You saw. It's not only I'm stupid or I'm weird. No, I saw. It's not logic to meet that person in that situation. It's unlogic for me to have this thought that told me to divert my car in a street, in a safer street, and then something happened in the other one. It doesn't make sense. That's exactly those moments that it's kind of kisses, reminders. The light is here. The light is here. That infinite energy that we're talking, that we are calling light, it's here. And when I wake up in the morning, or when I'm facing life from a thought, I have a problem, I bounded myself with the reality of problem, that low and limited reality, illusionary reality. But when I'm saying to myself, yes, there is a challenge, but right now I choose, I decide it's a challenge, but the light is here and I'm gonna act, not react. I'm gonna act from a place of light. What will be my action? It might be totally different than if I would have to react to the situation. Okay, someone is a danger for me. Let's say I can say, oh my God, I'm afraid. Let me answer back, or let me protect myself, or let me answer back. All of this say, yes, that thing is real. The light of the Creator is here. The infinite energy is here. Therefore, I need to do something. Don't be afraid. Continue your day. Or a message that comes from the light that say, go right or go left. Don't talk to this person. But that it's not regarding to what the situation is. The situation is what the situation. I take back the place of being the cause. I take back the place of being with that fulfilling energy, infinite energy. And when I'm acting from that place, knowing that there is much more to this scenario than the 5 senses and the 4 elements, I allow the light to be present in that moment. So no more, I understand and I know and I write, I create reality, because It's not that limited reality that I give power to no more, but I give power to that infinite reality. So then there is another scenario that is building up thanks to this. This is why, by me deciding I'm following the light, I know that the light is here right now, and this illusion, it's a lie. Again, I'm telling you, to the level of death. It's weird, but yes. To the level of death. But the person is not here. Who said? Who said? Many times, and today, yes, there are many people that lost their dear ones, that they feel them all the time, that they know that they are here all the time. They get answers to their questions very fast because the person is here. Maybe the body, but the person is here. The soul is here. Five senses, the big illusion is telling me how come it's impossible. But the person knows. The experience of the light allows me to know that the light is here. How do I gain that experience with the light? It's every single time, every single little time that I have an experience, I have seen, or I have heard, or I've felt the presence of something beyond, I want to write to myself, even if it was very small. We're not looking for big movement of mountains, small things. I wrote X instead of Y, and that opened a gate. Small little things. I crossed with someone, I really needed his help. Small things of everyday things. The light is sending us drops of light all the time, like reminders. Hold on to them. Write down to yourself. Appreciate them and remind yourself, the light is here. The light is here again. The light is here again. Like this, what's going to happen? The lie of this illusionary reality will not hold. The moment we will be enough people that will make that difference, will choose knowing that the light is here, the world, the physical situation will also shift. In this chapter, we have also the understanding or the tool that is helping us to do this. How? Because in this physical dimension, the logic is very strong. What we see, what we hear, all those senses are very, very strong. So how, and they are absorbed or affected by, yes, we are hot, we are cold, right? There is a story about one of the righteous that sometimes it was too cold. So it's like, okay, the lights, I'm cold. But there's another communication. Yes, another communication. I'm not affected by this, but I'm communicating with something bigger than what I see and what I hear. I'm not reacting to it. I am communicating with something more elevated. That is Beha'alotcha, as you will be elevated. That's what we're doing this week. We don't want to fall to be absorbed in this limited, illusionary, fragmented, one day good, one day bad reality. It's a setup. I didn't set it up. I want to set up my own life. How? By me choosing a more elevated consciousness, a more elevated point of reference or point of action. When I'll act from this point, I will write my perfect story, a more elevated story. Okay? And there is another sentence in this little really little paragraph that gives us the answer of what to use. And the answer is the 22 letters. By me using everything, which is the Zohar, Ana Bekoach, 72 names of God, and other, the scroll, all those elements, using them, meditating on them, reading them, I am activating the infinite light, the superior energy, the pure energy in my body. And in that way, I can elevate and I can help myself to choose again the light of the Creator, to not to fall into the setup, the show of life. In order for us not only to understand and practice, but also to digest it, and that it will be also in our soul to enlighten our body, I want to read in the Zohar portion, chapter Beha'alotcha, verse 127. ויהי בנסוע הארון ויאמר משה וגומר, רבי אלעזר אמר, הכה אית להסתכלה, נון דאי מחזרה לאחורה, הכה בתרי דוכתי ימי, ואי תימה נון כפופה, הידיעה נון כפופה נוקבה, נון פשוטה כללה דתחר ונוקבה, והאוקמינה באתר, דה ויהי בנסוע הארון, עמי יתהדר לבתר כגוונה דה. I wish you a very elevated week.